In the year 2023, a US-based Cameroonian embarked on a humanitarian journey to give back to his community through renewable energy. The project, dubbed Light of Fako, seeks to illuminate all communities in Fako division of the Southwest region with solar street lighting. It complements efforts by the government and civil society to ensure security and child protection, as well as a fight against gender-based violence, which is commonplace in the communities. After 1 year of implementation, the first phase of the project has ended, and in today's edition of the program, we shall be looking at how far the project has gone and what the vision bearer has in store as the next phase of the Light of Fako project comes to light. Stay with us. Our guest is a law doctor and the CEO of Second Chance Support Services. He is also the co-founder of Refugee Integration Organization, which focuses on refugees and migrant integration consulting and policy advocacy in favor of refugees' rights. He has experience in advocacy, research, policy engagement, negotiation, planning, public speaking, as well as other skills. He graduated from the College of Technology with a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice and holds a certification in occupational safety from the Professional Safety Society. He is a graduate of California Southern University with a Master's of Science in Law. He also has a degree from Novus Law School with specialization in cybersecurity, mitigation, and conflict resolution. Join me to welcome the vision bearer of the Light of Fako project, Dr. Molua Smith Becke. Dr. Molua Smith Becke was with us last year to unveil the project, and just like you heard in the preamble, he shall be telling us how far the Light of Fako project is on. Doctor, thank you very much for talking to us once again.
Thank you again for giving me the opportunity to come and share with you how the project is going. I would say we the Light of Fako team, we really appreciate the team of Dash TV, Dash Media for the work that they have been doing to promote this whole project.
Of course, it's been a very, very hectic last few days for you.
Yes, it's been very, very hectic. You know, some who did not believe maybe have started believing now that this is a reality. And I would say a kitchen table gossip has become a living room conversation. Why I say that? Because in 2020, I want to say thank you to my fellow brother, Molangale Liakale Efange. We started a conversation after work on the kitchen table, brainstorming on what we can do for our community. And here we are today. It has become I call it a living room conversation because everybody is involved now.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you to Molangale before I continue, because he's been a brother and he's been a backbone, like I would say a technical advisor in the shadows, telling me exactly what to do and how to go about this whole project. So we started this, both of us. I reached out to my son, Joku, and the other people. And me and him, we went back and forth, and we finally settled that we do lights. And here we are today. It's gradually becoming a reality.
All right, we are going to evaluate the first phase of the project. Of course, the first phase was marked by fundraisers in Buea, later on Tico, and then we had one abroad. But let's begin first of all from the ones here in Cameroon. What was your assessment of the two fundraisers in Buea and Tico?
You know, my assessment is people still don't believe. People had not believed that we as citizens can do something on our own without depending on the government. And
Cameroonians need to come to realization that it is time that we stand up and ask ourselves, last time I said this and I'll quote this time and again, what we can do for our government, for our community, than the reverse, asking all the time
what the government
is doing for us. So in that case, we need to start blaming ourselves before blaming the government. Because if you blame yourself and you do something for the community, then you can hold the government accountable. So I think a lot of people, what my evaluation for the first fundraising is that there were a lot of pledges that has not been redeemed, that has not, people have not honored their pledges. Same thing in Tico. I think people took it for, I don't know how to put it, they took it for a joke. And we had to, me and the team had to do extra miles to make this first 1,000 get to Cameroon. Some people said a lot of things that I, in particular, have eaten some money. I would say this, let the public know, I have contributed more than 65% for the first phase of this project.
Okay.
I don't believe in those who hide behind WhatsApp and with fake names to criticize something with no solution. And I will say this to the Bakuri people. If you want to criticize me, I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Molua Smith Becke from the Becke family in Great Support, Wonyakpaongo. So if I'm criticizing you, you know that Molua Smith Becke is criticizing you with a solution so that we can all work together, since it's a community project, to find a better solution that would be beneficial to our community. So I've chosen and I've told my team not to answer any question from any, we are open to questions, but don't answer any question for any fake name. Because people who hide behind WhatsApp or social media without their true identity are cowards.
Yeah.
So we must learn to appreciate, criticize by identifying ourselves and then giving some solutions that will better help our community. So we've got so many people who have said so many things about my character, about the money, I mean, fake news that they've said, but I've chosen not to respond. And I've told my team not to respond, because if you focus your attention to those negative energy, then you lose track of the positive things that you want to do to help people that need that help, that appreciate that help in the community.
All right. The first 1,000 lambs have come out of a total of 6,000, which is the target. Can you tell us how this particular process unfolded?
So we tried to raise money to get the first 1,000, and we couldn't because of so many pledges that people saw, and they thought that we had so much money. And I had to make some extra connection and dip my own hands in my pocket to put some money to finance the first project. I went to China. I talked to some friends in the United States. I went to China and saw for myself and negotiated with the company that is doing the lamps to give us the best price. I have been in Cameroon about 6 times just to make sure things are going right. And I want to say thank you to my wife and my family for letting me doing what I'm doing. Because if they did not permit me, I will not do this, because I have to spend time with my family. But I've been here. I want to also say thank you to the team for being patient and believing in me. Because if it's a teamwork, if we don't work as a team, I can't do this by myself. And I'm calling on everybody. You're free to criticize me. You are free to say whatever you want to say. But let's do something that will be benefit for the community. So we negotiated with the company in China, which we've signed a partnership with them.
Sohai Solar.
Solar. And then we have successfully, we also negotiated, sent a letter to the Minister of Finance, and we talked to the Prime Minister, and we also spoke to the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, who initiated the Memorandum of Understanding with all the mayors of Fako, and the PM who pushed for us to have an exoneration, even though we still pay some money at the port. People don't even know that. Yeah. At the port, I spent around 3.5 million out of my pocket. We negotiated with the Minister of Finance, who also helped for that exoneration, because they saw the need that light is essential. Light is to prevent insecurity in our community. So they saw the need and they believed in that project that we can do it, and they gave us the opportunity. And here we are. The container came out last Wednesday, and we have the 1,000 lamps presently in Buea. Now we are trying to manufacture poles, and then we'll come back to the mayors and try to see how we can allocate those 1,000 lamps for the first phase. Remember, we had already had 200 lamps in 17 villages.
Yeah.
So the price that we have negotiated right now is way cheaper than the ones we bought. We bought the first lamps we bought for 100,000 each. So I bought that out of my pocket. Some people contributed. But most people that contributed wanted them in their compound, which is good. We used that as a pilot program to make people understand that with solar lamps, you can prevent insecurity in the community. And after that, we saw before we started the fundraising, we saw some kind of interest in people asking a lot of questions, which is good. But at the fundraising, a lot of people came and pledged, but have not honored their pledges. So we are pleading. I mean, you don't need to, if you pledge 1.5, you pledge 1 million, if you pay 5, you don't need to pay everything at once. You can start paying gradually, or don't pledge at all. You know, you can support the project without giving the project team hopes, financial hopes. But I'll tell you what, there's light at the end of the tunnel, because there will be light, not only in Fako. I had a conversation with the PM yesterday. There will be light. We'll reach out to everybody in Cameroon, everybody that is interested in supporting Cameroon. Even if it's a dime, we are just saying even if it's a dime, because the project has gone beyond Fako.
Yeah, it's gone beyond Fako already. Yeah.
Yes. Even if it's a dime, just challenge yourself that where I'm living, I have to put a solar lamp. And let's see how we will not transform our community. So we are hoping that the Almighty God will give us the grace to deal with everything that we're going on. We are not saying that there should be no negativity. We expect negativity from everybody. We expect questions, but I would love that you identify yourself, ask your questions, and tell us your own solution. And then we can work together. Because it's not Molua Smith Becke's project.
Yeah.
It is a community project. So I'm ready to work with anybody that will positively criticize and tell us a solution, a different solution. Bring your solution to the table, and let's work together and make this happen.
All right, you spoke moments ago about the arrival of the containers. How will you rate the reception? We saw the mayors of Buea and that of Tico, who welcomed the container right at the entry point to the southwest region.
Oh, it was marvelous, you know. And the timing was not that good, because even the city mayor of Limbe wanted to be there.
Yeah.
The mayor of Limbe 1, Limbe 2, Limbe 3, they wanted to be there. The paramount chief was hopeful that he would be there, the both paramount chief of Buea and Linden. But unfortunately, the paramount chief of Buea is in the United States as we speak. Other people wanted to be there, but the timing that you know how our ports are. Yeah. You cannot guarantee when something is coming out. The timing was not the best, but the reception was, it was marvelous. Even people are calling right now to see what they can do, how we can work together and see that we can make this possible. I spoke to the Prime Minister yesterday. I didn't know he was following up step by step about this. He told me a lot about this project. Told me if we can even extend this to other regions, that he's willing to help. He's willing to write grants and see how we can work together and make this possible. We are talking to people into Fako. We are talking to other non-profit organizations to see what we can do, because we want that if we can light up Fako in 1 year, we can move to another division. Yeah. And take that same project and transform that division and move to another division. Mm-hmm. So we give ourselves a time limit. And if we can do that as a community, we don't even need to finish with Fako to move to another division. Other people will pick up the same idea and light up their community. And before you know, everywhere will be solar.
Yes. Now, when we look at the project, the Light of Fako project has signed a memorandum of understanding, which you mentioned moments ago. How important is it for the mayors of Fako to align themselves with this vision?
It is very important. It is very important because the mayors are the custodians of our municipality. They will help us in the technical part to provide technical advice and maybe provide us with some assistance. They will also help in sensitizing their community to make people understand that it's not about the council, it's not about the mayor, it's about us. That's what I've told the mayors. Make people, because every time we go, oh, mayor never do this, mayor never do this, or mayor never do this, mayor never do this. It is about us. If we work with the mayors, we'll find our community more developing. But if we don't work with them and believe that everything is about them, then it becomes a one-man show. So we need to empower ourselves and empower the mayors and build up our community. So I expect a lot of correspondence between Light Up Fako and the councils and the mayors, so that we can better plan, because they know the city more than we do. Yeah. And so the mayors can reach out to the traditional rulers, to the quarter leaders, and every other business owners, and find a way that we can do a bigger fundraising. That we raise these 5,500 lamps. So I expect a lot from the mayors. It's not getting finances from them, but reaching out to their contacts, to the partners. The council has a lot of partners, all businessmen in Fako, all institutions in Fako. Citizens, elites in Fako.
Even external partners.
External partners. Yeah. In 2023, I invited the mayors in Alaska. And I'm taking back this memorandum to the Anchorage City Council, because that is one thing that they extended hand that all the councils to work together. Mm-hmm. So we can work with the mayors to extend our partnership to everybody that is in Fako, that is established in Fako, that is connected to Fako, so that we can make this a reality. We have a lot of people. Even a dime, you will not believe it. A contribution of a dime will give a light.
All right. Now, when you look at the way the councils are coming in, what concretely would they be doing now that these containers have arrived? What would they be doing to ensure that the lights finally leave the containers to the communities? So
now we need poles. So we will be talking with the council how we can manufacture poles in a specification that will be given by us, our Light Up Fako technical team, and we'll deliberate with the council if that is a perfect specification. And they will also work with the council to see those areas that need immediate lighting.
Yeah.
For instance, if you are traveling from Miselele going to Tiko, total darkness.
Yeah, it's total darkness.
You're traveling from Mutengene going to Limbe, total darkness. You're traveling from My 14 going to Buea.
To Buea, total
it's total darkness.
Yes.
You're traveling from the inner road from Long Street going to My 4. It's total darkness. So you target those areas first, and then you start looking at the second phase has come. How you look at those villages that need, some villages might need 20, 40, 50, and then you distribute them to those villages. So you see now that you've targeted all the villages that, all the areas that need to be lighting up. So we are hopefully that the mayors will understand the concept, and also the chiefs of Fako has a responsibility to work with the mayors.
just about coming into that.
Yes.
The role of the chiefs.
The chiefs of Fako they have a huge responsibility to work with the mayors and light up Fako and sensitize their community to be part of this. Because if the community is involved, nobody can destroy the light.
Yeah.
So if we have a community full involvement, because if I see I have 1,000 francs for instance, I contributed 1,000 francs for light, and I pass by and see somebody trying to steal that light, can you imagine what I'll do?
Of course, you're going to raise an alarm.
Yes, because I have invested in the project. So we are looking at every organization. The chiefs should be well active in this operation. The chief should work with the mayor. In the coming days, we'll have to call a seminar to sensitize all the business people, the chief, the mayor, all the leaders of Fako, and reach out to all the people that live in Fako, because it's not just the leaders.
Yeah.
Go to the grassroots members. People who make even 100 francs. Their 100 francs is very important to contribute to put one light. Because you contribute 100, you think that, oh, it's too small. But so many people, if 100 people contribute 100,
yeah, it's money.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money that can buy even 2 lamps. So it's a matter of sensitization, teamwork, and unity, because I hope that this lights issue will bring a lot of unity in Fako division and everywhere else in Cameroon.
Okay, this project, like you told us last time, prescribes the role of the community management electricity committees. Have these committees already been formed, and how far are they with their training on how to maintain these lamps? So,
in the Light of Fako team, we have these committees already. We are hoping to get the people of China that manufacture, because these first lamps were manufactured from grasswood, custom made. We are hoping to bring the people from China to train some people in the technical team that will be training other people in the villages. So what I mean by that, because each village is going to provide 2 or 3 people for the training, and that will be they will be responsible for the maintenance of the light. So we'll have to train some people that will be training these people from the villages to maintain their lights. So we already have a technical team in Light of Fako, and we are expecting for our counterparts in China to come over and train them. Then they will be in charge of training the other people.
Yeah.
So we'll have to put in place we have a financial committee, we have a technical committee, we have a communications committee. I know you are part of the communication committee because you've been very, very active. I mean, you took this project at heart. From the day one, I have seen you really pushing this project, and I also want to appreciate my brother, Mr. Boni Dashako, because he also comes from the same background that I come from. So he understands the effect, of giving back to the community. So every time he calls me, he reminds me to make sure this project becomes a reality because our community needs us. No, we've gone a long way with him. We went to primary school together. We went to Ombe together. And here we are right now, who's helping the community. So I think it should be a part of us that we should make it possible that everybody, if you tell somebody and give that person an explanation of what we are doing, that person will tell the other person, information goes around, and before you know, we have made something. If those two guys in Senegal can change the narrative of Senegal, we too can change the narrative in Cameroon, not by election, but by doing something in our community.
Okay, now you have highlighted the need for a high caliber project management team to take charge of monitoring and evaluation. How effective is this project management team?
It's very effective. We have a team project management lead who is in the United States, whose profession is basically project management. So and the team is working very, very hard to manage the whole Light of Fako project.
Okay. Now, away from the fundraiser in Cameroon, there was another one in Texas. Tell us, how did that one go, and what is the reception of the diaspora?
Well, that one we started, our plan was to do at least one fundraiser in every state, and which we are still planning on that. And that one, it went well, but the timing also was not that good. But the reception was good. A lot of people also pledged. I think pledging is our Cameroonian thing. We pledge to satisfy the public in words, but we refuse to satisfy the project. So we come to the public and pledge to satisfy the public and make ourselves known, and we refuse to pay to redeem the pledge. So we don't want to satisfy the project, we want to satisfy ourselves to make people feel like, oh, Mr. Eric, you pledged 1.5 million, you're a great man. Meanwhile, at the back of your mind, you cannot. So it's the same issue, but we are trying our best. And our next fundraising, I'll make it clear, we are not going to take pledges.
Yeah.
If the little you have, give. Don't come and pledge 10 million and you can't give anything. So if you have 50 francs, come and give. We will take it than to pledge 1.5 or 10 million.
Now, are there some other plans? You just announced the next fundraisers. Can we have an idea of where the fundraisers could be?
We had a little failure in Limbe, but we're still going to push. I don't give up. I will try to talk to the mayors of Limbe, from the city council mayor, the Limbe elites, so we can organize a general fundraising in Limbe. So we'll see how things will go. So yeah, those are the plans that we have, because we have a long way to go. It's an ongoing project. Mm-hmm. We'll still go. I'll be knocking doors. I'll go to South Africa. I'll make sure I'll go to everywhere that are Cameroonians from Fako division or Cameroonians at all. I will try my best to go from state to state and make calls to see how we can raise funds because I'm not going to last in Fako. If we have excess, we have to transfer it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we are pleading that people should expect that Light of Fako will come on your door, knocking for anything that you have. Give us, we'll make way to reduce insecurity.
Okay, another question which the people will love to know, how important is it for the diaspora to be part of this project? Because there's been so much talk about diaspora wanting to engage in projects back home, but they are having difficulties and so on and so forth. You are an example that has taken the challenge. How important is it for the others to come on board to make it happen?
It's very important. Let's not just sit. For the people in diaspora, let's not just sit and down and make a conclusion. Come and see for yourself. If you have a project or if you want to engage in this project, just come and see for yourself and make a decision whether or not you can do it. I had some roadblocks, but I didn't give up because this is my country. Cameroon is my country. And if we all give up, then there will be nothing right in Cameroon. So if you are in the diaspora, you are coming here to build your house. Think about this. You have lights all over your house. Your next door neighbor doesn't have light. Somebody comes to attack you. Your next door neighbor cannot come to protect you.
Yes.
Because they don't have light. Just think about that. If you are in a diaspora, you bring your family here to enjoy your vacation. There's no lights on the street. You go to your home, there's light. You go home, you go out, there's no light. How are you going to feel? Let's make our nation secured by putting lights on the street. So everybody can walk at any time. And it's not electricity, it's solar. You don't need to rush home, or you don't need to rush to the street. We don't need to be bothered that we need to pay electric bill.
Yeah.
It's free. Once you connect it, it's just a little bit of maintenance. Every 3 months or every 6 months, you have to clean the panel. Free. So let's make our place livable. So when we come here with our family, we enjoy like we are going everywhere else for vacation. So it is us. So anybody who is in the diaspora, let's not sit back and criticize. Let's find a way and ask ourselves what we can do to make it better. And if we ask that question, surely we'll have an answer that we can do, because God did not send us abroad there's a reason why God sent us abroad. He couldn't send everybody to go abroad, but we that went abroad, we should do something to help those who are behind. That's all I can say for people in the diaspora.
All right. Now, this project focuses on solar energy. At a time when there's been so much call for renewable, for the use of renewable energy, how important is it for communities, African communities, to start embracing this new form of energy?
It is very important because the Europeans are embracing it. Every other part in the world is embracing it. And we're not going to end only on the street lights. We are doing research on community solar panel. So that when there's no light, everybody can still have light in their house. If every community has solar panel, it means that if Sonel is not, everybody in that community has light. So again, I would say it again, it's sensitization, because it's new and people are trying to digest the idea on how this thing is working. We as Cameroonians, we are not used to giving back to our community. It takes it so difficult for us to say, oh, let's do something to make our place better. Other communities, other countries are used to that. So it is time for us to embrace the idea of giving back to our community than waiting for the government to do everything. It will never happen. I mean, look at our streets, dirty, no water. We are the ones suffering. It's not the government. The government is just a small portion of about 5% of us. So if we chip in, we will make it better, because we are the ones suffering. So if you wait for the government to come and make sure that they'll do everything for everybody, it's not going to work. So it's a matter of asking yourself that question time and again, and you surely get the answer.
Okay, the second project the second phase will now roll on. What special message do you have for the various actors?
Well, the message that I have for the various actors is that we should get involved, get more involved, and be fishers of men that will help realize this project. So I'm calling on everybody. If you have a child in Fako that is going to school, if you are a principal, if you are a businessman in Fako, if you have a house in Fako, if you have a land in Fako, not just being a Fako, indigent of Fako, come together and let's make this happen. Because it's not about the Bakure man, it's everybody that is living in Fako. Because if you are having a business and there's no light, you cannot operate your business. So it's everybody that is living in Fako. All you need to do is just think about putting one light. One light will make a difference.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Molua Smith Becke, for being with us.
Thank you.
And of course, we shall have you any other time when the need arises. And to you, televiewers, it was a pleasure being with you on this edition of In Depth. Until next time, bye-bye.